votes green. Honorable Edmund Yazzie.
Red.
Honorable Edmund Yazzie votes red. Honorable Jimmy Yellowhair.
Honorable Delegate Yellowhair votes green.
Honorable Jimmy Yellowhair votes green. Honorable Elmer Begay.
Elmer Begay votes green.
Honorable Elmer Begay votes green. Honorable Vince James.
Delegate Vince James votes green.
Honorable Vince James votes green. Speaker, with a vote of 14 yeas and 6 nays.
Pass.
That, colleagues, on legislation 0130-20, 14 in favor, 6 opposed, speaker not voting. Motion fails. That, moving on down to, I do believe it's, is the new agenda out? No, it's, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Darrow. It's legislation 0132-20, correct?
Mr. Speaker, that's correct.
All right. With that, the sponsor of legislation 0132-20 is myself. Is there a chairman or chairwoman that'd like to take the helm at this time?
Speaker.
Chairman Daniel So.
I'll chair this particular legislation for you.
Thank you, Chairman. That, I'll turn the gavel over to you. The virtual gavel.
Thank you, Speaker. This is Delegate Daniel So. Speaker Pro Tem for this particular legislation. Could we have staff read it into the record?
Mr. Pro Tem, Speaker, members of the Council, tracking number 0132-20, an action relating to health, education, and human services, budget and finance, and the Gate Committees and the Navajo Nation Council, approving and adopting the Navajo Nation Cares Fund Expenditures Plan for special duty pay, personal protective equipment, and facility safety assurance. You have amendments from the Health, Education, and Human Services Committee. Amendment 1, amendment to 0132-20, 1, page 1, line 15, after assurance, insert and Diné Hatqali Association, Inc. 2, page 4, line 16, add a new paragraph as follows. In the purpose of the CARES Fund, Diné Hatqali Expenditure Plan, attached as Exhibit 5, is to provide $1 million to educate, share, and promote the teachings of Diné cultural wisdom and ceremonial healing practices, interventions that will specifically address the mental and psychological anguish and spiritual health impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic, and expenditures set forth in the Hatqali expenditure plan are necessary to ensure that the effects of COVID-19 are addressed in a culturally relevant approach. 3, add new Exhibit 4, page 5, line 22, after Exhibit 4, insert and the CARES Fund Diné Hatqali expenditure plan as outlined in Exhibit 5. 5, on page 4, delete $20 million and insert $21 million. 6, page 5, line 8, add new paragraph E as follows. E, the Navajo Nation hereby approves and adopts total funding for the Diné Hatqali expenditure plan from the Navajo Nation Cares Fund in the amount of $1 million and allocates the funding to the Diné Hatqali Association, Inc. for the purposes set forth in Exhibit 5. 7, page 5, line 19, delete and 4 and insert 4 and 5. 8, page 5, line 24, and page 7, line 17, after department insert and the Diné Hatqali Association, Inc. You also have amendments from a committee report from the Budget and Finance Committee has had it under consideration. Reports the same with the recommendation that it do pass with one amendment. One, that the Nahakate Association is requested to provide an updated proposal as contained in the attached red line copy of the proposal prior to the speaker's certification of this legislation. Mr. Pro Tem Chair, this legislation has been read into the record by electronic voice recording. Mr. Pro Tem Chair, Speaker.
Chair, I motion. This is Delegate Charlene So.
Yellow hair, second. Okay, we have, thank you, Shabiza, Honorable Charlene. So I'll recognize that motion. And who was the
Yellow hair.
second? Okay, Chase.
Jimmy Yellow hair?
Jimmy Yellow hair. Oh, I recognize that second. With that,
Thank you.
Members of the Navajo Nation Council, do we have discussion? Questions?
Question. Delegate Begay.
Shazia, Honorable Elmer Begay. You have the floor.
Back to with that.
Yes,
Chairman,
you have a question? That will give you 20 minutes, Honorable Speaker.
Okay, I got my timer going right now. Thank you, Chairman So, and thank you to my colleagues of the 24th Navajo Nation Council, everybody listening in on the World Wide Web. My legislation that I give to the Navajo Nation Council is 0132-20. It's an action that's adopting the Navajo Nation CARES Fund expenditure plan. This Navajo Nation CARES Fund expenditure plan is of three different variable allocations or appropriations, if you may, and that is $10 million that's going to the protective personnel protective equipment, $10 million that's going towards facility safety assurance, and then $20 million that's going to the special duty pay. Through the discussions of not only listening in to all the different committee meetings over the past month, this legislation was at an urgency to push forward in order to get these dollars out as quickly as possible. Colleagues, this is a first expenditure plan that is titled as an expenditure plan, and this expenditure plan goes off of the fund management plan that Council has approved and that was signed into law, as we know it today as CMY-44-20. This legislation is a legislation that's created to, one, make sure that all the Navajo Nations provided with its personnel protective equipment. Two is to make sure that when our staff are coming back in, that they will be coming back to not only a clean building environment, workspace, but also to build modifications if necessary in order for them to go ahead and follow the CDC guidelines. And last but not least,
through the questions that we had with the OOC and then also the OB on the special pay, and then also with the Department of Health. We asked how the employees were being considered for this pay, but as far as we know that they have to be considered as essential employees, which is done by the division directors of each programs. As far as we know that out in the chapter area, we have a certified and non-certified chapters. And we experienced that the non-certified chapters been really experiencing is closure of the chapters. Even though that the chapters are serving the essential need during this period of COVID-19. Even though people need water or to check their mail, or some of them is for backhoe, and chapters are closed under control by the ASC offices, and then also under the Division of Community Development, which is very hard. And up to today now, there's 2 chapters that I have that haven't really spent their money yet. But for example, right now here at Dalcon, there's a watering point here. They open it up to anybody, but they pay for the water to NTA. So we got a lot of community members from White Cone and then from Indian Wells coming over here. These 2 chapters are non-certified. So they have watering points inside their compound, but they're closed because of that. And they want to keep it safe like that. They don't want it, as far as we know, that we all understand that. But here in Dalcon, it's not like that. In Tisto, it's not like that. We have our CHR, we have our chapter president, and they hire some temporary employees to do how to do the trash, collect trash, and also the water, and then also we have a water truck here hauling water to these people. So I would say that that my question is to speaker is that on this special pay, can the chapter or from the if it's at the chapter level, can the chapter president or the manager, can they consider themselves as essential programs, and they can select essential personnel since they've been operating it throughout this period of COVID-19? So that will be my question. I think we need to look at that. I know that we have to request through the command center, which I know that the Division of Community Development will respond back as chapters should be closed. That's a thing that they're going to, I already know that because we tried that. So how can we expend this special pay at the chapter level? That's my question, Speaker. If we can do it, if there's a way that we can modify this portion here at the letter K, maybe we could help me out if we could do that. Thank you. That's my question, Speaker. Going back on mute.
Thank you for the question, Honorable Elmer Begay. Do we have anybody else posing a question to Speaker Damon regarding 0132-20?
Vice Chair Smith has a question.
Go ahead, Cecilia. I recognize Honorable Vice Chair Raymond Smith, Jr.
Okay, Dashnai, Pro Temp. I just hasn't done a fish master and nice dean. Did Sadna with I get that so the United Kid. A Coco projects in there. I just had a visitor come up and visit me and saying, she thought, she showed father told it. What I named the base master was the horse net. He to bend on the space on her snell. They should all be taught so. What I get that